Okay guys, hello and welcome back. So today, obviously, we are 2 weeks away from the global 9th anniversary, which is obviously very exciting for all of us playing on global. It's not been particularly enjoyable recently. The content has kind of been drip fed to us and mishmashed to us. It's just been a bit of a mess, but thankfully that'll all be coming to an end shortly. So I tried to do something a little bit different today, just while we do some link levels in the background here, and just talk about what's to come. Talk about the banners, talk about the content, who you're going to summon for, are you not going to summon at all, and just sort of the plans for the 9th anniversary. So yeah, I think in 13 days from now, it will be the anniversary, and we will be getting Broly as the Dokkan Fest LR, and we will be getting Super Saiyan Gogeta as the Carnival LR. Both fantastic characters. I'd say both very hype characters as well, which are more than worthy of being anniversary headliners. Out of the two, I would say probably you'd get a little bit more consistency out of Gogeta with his Rainbow Orb changing, I should say. He does offer a lot to the team. Broly's good, I would say, in his base form, but really comes into his own once he transforms. I personally, I'm going to be summoning for Broly, which is mainly because, I'm a sucker for an extreme class unit. Although Broly is kind of a super class unit wearing a extreme class clothing, if you like. The main reason, to be honest, I want to summon for him is to run him next to Vegeta. The two of them complement each other very well. Vegeta can sit in slot 1 very, very comfortably through all of the fight, and obviously Broly's domain benefits Vegeta as well, being an extreme unit, and with both of them kind of being super class units wearing extreme class units clothing, once again they do benefit each other really well. They link quite well together, and they synergise well together, with Vegeta being a slot 1 unit and Broly for the main being a slot 2 class unit. Then obviously part 2, the part 2 banners. We've got Beast Gohan and we've got the Gammas. Now I'm sure most of you are already aware of just how incredibly dominant Beast Gohan is. He's an absolutely exceptional unit. By far the best unit in the game. He can pretty much solo the game. He's absolutely incredible. He's got a fantastic kit, incredibly well designed, pretty much invincible. Some people like to say that once his intro wears out, he can, be a little bit vulnerable, but it's a bit pish posh really. That's not going to happen. Essentially, you have to actively try to throw the run in order to get Beast Gohan caught out. And the Gammas, I'm not going to sit here and claim to know an awful lot about the Gammas. I've seen people use them in various showcases. They look decent, but for me, at the time they were announced, I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't Cell Max. I'm not sure if other people felt the same. And when I kind of just glossed over their kit and read over it, and when I viewed some of the showcases, they looked good, but they're kind of more of a supplementary unit to their team, rather than a must-run. And in my opinion, if you've got a unit which has been released as a headline on an anniversary banner, be it part 1 or part 2, I think they kind of have to be a must-run on the team. Whether or not you disagree with that, happy to discuss it in the comments, of course, but for me the Gammas are a no. I think you're better off spending your stones on either one of the 3 units that come out with them on this anniversary. Content wise for us on global, obviously we get the Supreme Battle Spectacle. If you're not aware of what the Supreme Battle Spectacle is, it's a collection of fights, all longer form, difficult. Each boss has various different gimmicks, and they hit very hard, and the fight's gone for a long time, which is pretty much exactly what we wanted, really, isn't it? A lot of people wanted events in which you can build up, you can stack some different units, we get a chance to shine, and I do think on the whole, despite the difficulty, the events do allow for that. Really good as well for kind of some of them are really good, I should say, for testing units out, getting a feel for them, seeing experiment with different team builds and such. I feel as if the Red Zone Zamasu meta kind of the short form content didn't really lend itself too well to experimentation. You had just a handful of units who were good, especially when it first came out, or they just weren't really, and I mean you'd just get blown away turn 1, turn 2. But we seem to have moved away from that, which is good. I mean, I personally didn't mind the Red Zone Zamasu meta. I thought it was quite fun, but I do see people's gripes with it. I mean, I completely get people wanting to have events where units had more time to shine. So that's something most definitely to look forward to. Easy A wise, so we get Strength UI, we get Blue Vegeta and Kaioken Goku, the Broly Trio, Broly, Chila and Nemo, AGL UI, and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Off the top of my head, there's probably more, and please, if you can remember more, feel free to mention it in the comments. And to be completely honest with you, all of them are they knocked out of the park with all the Easy A's. They're all fantastic, all really fun to use in their own right. Me, I'm a big Vegeta fan myself, and when I saw Evolution Blue Vegeta's kit, I was extremely happy with how he was treated. He's top quality, he really is top quality. Him and UI complement each other brilliantly. They both slot on to Beast Gohan's team fantastically if you're planning to summon for Beast Gohan. They both slot into his team seamlessly, and all three units really do complement each other rather well. Vegeta and Goku's revives are fairly easy to get off, I would say, as revive units go. And they both have various additions into their kit to make them far more reliable, consistent, and they just give them the buffs they needed really. And both units are very solidly in the top 5 of the game. Kaioken, Goku and Blue Vegeta, again fantastic, brilliant damage dealers, rainbow orb changers, complement the teams they're on fantastically. If you are unable to pull Gogeta, for example, I'd say he's a really good sub-in option for Gogeta. Offers quite a lot of the same abilities, Taunt aside, in the kit. I mean, general kind of rainbow orb changing, big damage, lots of additionals, okay-ish defensive capabilities. Yeah, a very good sub-in unit, I would say. And obviously Strength UI, I'd say probably the weakest out of all of the ones I've mentioned, but still very good, very fun to use as well. You get buffs to the dodge and etc. It's just a very good unit to use. So yeah, just a little chat really about what's to come on Global. Obviously there's plenty of free stones on offer. If I was to give my opinion, if you weren't planning on buying any stones, if you've saved up, I would say purely to go for Beast Gohan, because as I said, he gaps the game, he's fantastic. Cell Max on JP does probably come quite close if you look at his kit, and if you look at what people have said about him and look at how he performs in game. He definitely does fall into his realm. But then this is a gacha game, guys. Summon for your favourite unit, summon for who you think is fun to use. You don't have to beat all of the hardest content at first try. It's going to be here forever, this content, isn't it? So if it takes you a month, if it takes you a year, if it takes you 2 years, it's not the end of the world. So my advice would just be to summon for who you want to summon on. Summon for who you think is fun to use. Summon for someone who complements the units you've already got in your box. But if you're going purely from a competitive standpoint, I think there's no other option really apart from to go for Beast Gohan if you're only going to summon for one of the 4. The next thing, obviously, there's been some changes. We've got Buhan and we've got Super Vegito early, who were the part 3 Easy Ace for the anniversary. So there's been quite a lot of talk about what are we going to get instead. Are we going to get anything instead? Are we going to get something completely new? Or will they try and do something in order to catch us up? Now, my hope is that we will get everything we're missing plopped onto the end of the anniversary to catch us up in time for the worldwide download celebration towards whenever it is, September. I can't really remember off the top of my head. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Just to get our anniversary out of the way, to give us the units, the content, the easy A's that we're missing, hopefully the free currency we've missed out on through Battlefield, and just get everything in order to lean us up for the sync. Now, do I think that will happen? No. No, I don't. I think what will probably happen is we may get Cellmax and a couple of easy A's to complement Cellmax with. Not complement the unit itself, but what I mean is we'll get Cellmax as a part 3 banner, and then we'll get a couple of easy A's alongside him. What do I think they could be? You know, I'm not sure. I think possibly there's a possibility it could be the Int Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Tech Super Saiyan 2 Margin Vegeta. The reason I say that is because we've recently had a Margin Buu celebration. A lot of us expected them to easy A then, but they didn't. So my thought is maybe they're going to come to Global first, and then JP will get them slightly later. Maybe, you know, just before the worldwide download celebration. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, hopefully they'll see sense and they'll just give us what we're missing. But, you know, the rhyme and the reason to this sync does seem to be very spotty, to say the least. So I think I'll just be happy with anything, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm excited for the anniversary, very excited. It's been a struggle playing Global lately, it really has, but we're near the end. We're almost through the barren period, and the fun, shiny new units are nearly upon us. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to be summoning for anybody? Are you summoning for Beast, Broly, Gogeta, or the Gammas? What do you think is going to happen for part 3? Are we going to get Cellmax? Are we going to get the Tanabata LR? Are we going to get everything? Or are we going to get a big fat fuck you? Let me know in the comments, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I will get to you soon.